Hola Seekers, mi nombre es Kim and welcome to A Pick a Card. Before we begin, please know that this is a timeless reading, meaning there is no specific date or timestamp to the messages. At whatever moment in time you decide to watch this video, the messages can still apply to you. So in this reading, we will find out what is it that you are currently manifesting and what are the main ingredients you are using to conjure this manifestation, thus the witch's brew. So to do this reading, we will look at tarot and oracle cards. We will pull out hand-drawn charms, keywords, stars containing letters, numbers, and astrological signs, and notes containing specific messages. So we have 3 main ingredients, each one representing a specific group. For group 1, we have mountain ash. For group 2, we have Twilight's bloom. And for group 3, we have Fairies Joy. Okay? Please take as much time as necessary. Pause the video if you need to. Take the time to close your eyes, meditate, relax. Simply breathe deeply in and then exhale. And when you open your eyes, the bottle that calls out to you will be your group. If that is still too difficult for you, then let us use our imagination. Which of these 3 main ingredients do you envision yourself actually using for your own magical potion? Whichever main ingredient calls out to you the most, then that will be your group. And once you've chosen, the timestamp for each group is provided in the comment section down below. Okay, now that you grabbed your ingredient, let's get to brewing. Hello Seekers who chose group 1, the mountain ash. And the message I received for this group is, Star of the Night, never forget you are loved. And I received more mental images than actual words for this group, and the image that kept popping up in my mind was that of a phoenix. But instead of it being your typical phoenix with bright orange and red feathers, it was a crystal phoenix. And again, instead of envisioning fire, all I saw was the night sky. The stars. The energy of this group feels alien, and I don't mean that in a bad way at all. It reminds me of the stars. It reminds me of something otherworldly, ethereal in a sense. And it's like you cannot even be compared to the brightest star, which is the sun, because you are of a whole other entity. You are of a whole other universe or cosmos. The phoenix does represent a sense of rebirth, but I think it represents sort of like a portal. Being able to jump from one dimension or from one universe to the other. It sort of reminds me of astral traveling. Being able to transform your astral body to whatever shape, form, being you want to, and then traveling to other dimensions, other planes of existence, to other planets, and being this ethereal being for whatever planet or dimension it is that you land on. So in that sense, you are the brightest star, because it feels like you're coming in like sort of like a meteorite, a sense. I don't know how to explain it. It just feels very otherworldly. I don't know why I've been receiving a lot of messages in terms of starseeds, but if you do resonate with that, starseeds, then yes, this might be your group, because it does feel like from another plane of existence, from another planet, from another dimension. And again, I'm getting this feeling of awe and also melancholy, like having a specific call that you emit to call in or call to your family, your star family. And maybe that's why we got the message, Star of the Night, never forget you are loved. And with Star of the Night, I feel like it is in darkness that you illuminate the brightest. It is through darkness that you find your light, and that you are able to shine the more brighter. Okay? That's a weird message, but let's get into your manifestation. So firstly, I will begin by the 3 main ingredients you're using to conjure your manifestation. And this will give us kind of an idea of what it is that you're manifesting. Okay, so we have Bound, we have Earth Mother, and we have Father. Okay, I don't know why I looked at the Earth Mother and it gave me chills for some reason. It just reminded me of otherworldly, ethereal, a divine being. And with the Bound card, I am feeling a sense of entrapment, a sense of not being able to fully be who you are. And it's mostly because you are not able to find the tools on this earth to express yourself. You might be, because we do have Earth Mother and Father energy here. This is masculine and feminine energy coming in together. It is a balance. So I'm feeling a very creative group, but also a group that works, that brings the creative energy into fruition. Actually, I'm seeing a lot of creative energy here. Now, when I mean creative energy, it's like having ideas, being inspired. Now, I'm being pulled a lot to this Earth Mother and to all of these flowers here, and I keep seeing them as thoughts, creative ideas, imagination, especially with the pomegranate. We do have fire here. That's creative energy, passion. I feel, okay, I am also seeing this as a sense of antenna. You guys have so many ideas. I mean, I feel like when you're about to sleep or when you're about to wake up or even in your dream state, there's so many ideas that come to you. I feel like you might be even the person who starts daydreaming and you create an entire movie in your head. You have storylines for entire books and an entire series. You create songs, melodies in your head. How can I even explain it? It's like you see colors that other people do not. You see things that other people cannot even imagine or cannot even fathom. And you know why? It is because you are connected to beings of another plane, of another existing. You are connected to the star family. And because you have this very strong connection to them, you are able to communicate with them telepathically. Now, I know not all of you might resonate with this, with star seeds and, other planes of existence. But for those of you who do feel resonance with that, I feel that's where your information is coming from. Now, for others, it's just that you are very, very creative. This could just be that you're very tapped to your feminine and your masculine energy and to your higher self. So what is bringing this manifestation is actually your creativity, your imagination, how open-minded you are to all of these ideas. And you don't really judge them. You just let them come in and you observe them, and I feel like sometimes you even entertain them, you jot them down, you sketch them out, you sing the melodies, you hum the songs. Sometimes it might even be, light language? You might even feel like a verbalizing intonations or words that do not even exist on this earth. And when you do that, you feel a sense of relief, a sense of connecting with an innermost part of yourself. It feels right to you. So you might practice light language. And if you do not know what light language is, but you resonate with just vocalizing certain words or intonations that you don't even know what you're saying, then look up light language and maybe you might resonate with that. I'm feeling a very high energy with this group, and it feels like you connect higher up, farther away. I don't know why. This Earth Mother is just calling to me so much. I actually feel, I'm gonna go there. I actually feel that one of your purpose in life is to bring this creative ideas in, because they bring almost a new scent, a new color, a new energy to this world. And it is to open the mind of this world to something bigger. To help them expand their mind, expand their horizons. It feels like such a big energy. And it's very much this is really popping out. I want to put it separate from these. It's very much in contrast to this bound energy. I feel like this is how you've been feeling most of your experience here on this earth. You have a lot going on. You have a lot to express. You have a lot of ideas, but you don't have the means to execute these. I'm noticing how this person doesn't even have a mouth, so this person cannot even vocalize. And so I am seeing the sense of needing to vocalize. Now, it doesn't just have to be verbal, right? But it's about expressing, letting others know, letting yourself be heard. And it seems like for so long, you were not heard. You felt like even if you spoke, people wouldn't hear you. or your ideas were shut down because people thought them that they were absurd or thought them too weird. And it was only because they couldn't understand it. They just couldn't understand its uniqueness and its newness. It was something new for this earth. I'm also seeing with Bound that you are not one to force your ideas onto others. So in moments or situations that you've really disagreed with something or people disagreed with you, you were not one to continue the argument, because you knew that no matter how much you tried to open up to these people, they wouldn't be able to understand. And it was because they didn't want to understand. They weren't open to it. You knew not to kind of waste your energy in this because you respected their point of views. You knew that you were coming from two different places, and that's exactly what I'm feeling for you guys. And I feel like that is very important, and that is being acknowledged, because in a way it is practicing awareness, being aware of how others perceive the world and respecting that, because it's noticing that each person is traveling on their own journey. They're living their own journey, their own experiences, and it doesn't mean that someone's right or someone's wrong. It's just how they're experiencing the world at this moment. Again, like I mentioned previously, that requires a lot of self-awareness, awareness of the self, to be able to be aware of others. And I also feel like one of your intentions that you send out to the universe to manifest what you were manifesting is you ask for help in finding a way to be able to open up or express yourself, or finding a way to be able to put in motion, in place, or practice your own special abilities and skills. Because I'm being pulled to this, how this person is tied here, and it feels like it's not that you're actually bound, it's more like you feel like you can't reach any form of tools because you can't connect to anything on this earthly plane that will help you channel your creative energy. It's like you don't know where to begin, where to start, what to use. And that is the help or the intention that you send out, asking the universe to help you find the voice. Let your voice, your unique voice, be heard. It's sort of like getting a platform, finding the right tools. And we also have the Father card energy here. Now the Father card, it's represented by the stag, which I always say the stag is the king of the forest. Now this Father energy is very compassionate, very regal. I'm getting like very divine, very kingly energy with this group. And the Father card is also a very respectful energy, which is kind of echoing this bound energy I was talking about, respecting others. The Father energy is very, very silent. Like the stag is very silent. Most of the time if you see it, the stag is just up on a hill observing all of the other woodly creatures. He does not intervene. He's not like a helicopter mom, or he's not a tyrant at all. He respects the independence, the individuality, the sovereignty of everyone, of every single individual. And that's the energy I see from you guys. It feels like very advanced, this group. And again, you don't have to be from an older age to be an advanced soul. This means like your spirit is an advanced soul. They can see beyond. Your spirit can see beyond, can connect further. And as I say that, I'm just looking at this bound card, and it's reminding me of that, of being able to see the entire world, all the people you meet for who they truly are. It's like being able to see the truth and not being able to say anything about it. And it's giving me like a very sad energy here, because it can be very lonesome to see the world for what it is and not being able to share this observation with anybody else, because no one else will be able to understand. And it feels like that's how it's been for most of your life. And you're like, how can I integrate myself into this 3D, into this earthly plane? How can I do that? Because maybe how society works, how things are done, you just don't resonate with it. It doesn't lighten, because you see how this is all bright, beautiful colors, and this is all gray and black? Like nothing lights you up. But then we have flowers blooming here, beautiful colors. We have the color green represented here, which is about the heart space. It's what lights your soul and your spirit up. And I feel that's what you're calling in. Something that lights you up. It's like your purpose. Finally finding the platform. Finally finding the tools to express your creative energy, to bring something into fruition. With the Father card, I'm also seeing it as you've been working very, very hard. You've been working very hard on something. You've been persistent. I also feel compassion with this energy, compassion and nurturing with the father and the mother. So you have the two main ingredients to create balance within the self, feminine and masculine energy. And you've been using that for yourself and for the world. Because maybe at one point, I don't even feel like most of you experienced that, but maybe some of you experienced at one point you criticized yourself a lot, you judged yourself a lot for not being able to fit in, for not being able to speak the language that others spoke, being able to hold conversation with other people or understand them, understand their jokes. You just didn't get it. And you judged yourself because of that. And you tried really hard at times to fit in until maybe at one point you decided that enough trying. You'd rather just stand back and become like a wallflower, be part of the background. And that's why with all this dark energy here, dark colors, not dark energy, dark colors, I feel that's representing the night sky. And it's you are the star. So it's like you felt like you were part of the void, right? Like you were void. But in reality, no, you have something in you that brings light to the darkness. Like I'm seeing the darkness as the topics that nobody wants to talk about, or the things that sort of the unknown, when no one has discovered, nobody has walked into, because nobody has dared or no one has even imagined it. But you already have. Your mind is constantly delving into that. Like new ideas, new worlds, new concepts. And it's like your territory in a way, your comfort zone. I'm getting this message like this earth is slowly opening up to that unknown. And you're going to start seeing wanderers who are going to start asking the bigger questions. And you will be there already prepared, shining your light, being able to guide these people, being able to show up in compassion and in respect. Now again, with this one I was saying working energy. I feel like you've been working on something. Let's say, for example, you're a tarot reader, right? Or you connect with the esoteric and you're like, okay, well, I feel energy. I want to practice some form of divination. So you begin with tarot, right? But as much as you want to connect with it, and maybe you do deliver beautiful messages, but your soul doesn't really resonate with it. But you keep on trying to find modalities and ways to be able to express that creative energy, or just to express yourself, or to deliver the messages that are brewing inside of you waiting to come out. And energy has acknowledged your persistence, has acknowledged your efforts here, and also skills. I'm getting with the father energy. You have skills, and so now they notice, like, yes, you want to help, you want to bring something forward, but they acknowledge that you have tried everything and nothing fits you. So now they're bringing in exactly what it is that you need. Yeah, let me see. So what it is that you're manifesting, this is to represent the overall energy of that. We have the green man, number 4. So this is emperor energy. Number 4 talks about stability, grounding. It's also a healing number. Now we were talking about brewing your potion, and we have this green man here brewing his own potion. We have the shaman represented here. The shaman in this deck is the magician. This is manifesting energy. This is putting in all of the ingredients necessary, all of the ingredients that you want to manifest the life that you want for yourself. We see an eagle here. This is reminding me sort of the phoenix I was seeing. That phoenix, I'm seeing it as a rebirth of sorts. But more than rising from the ashes like a phoenix does, it's like you breaking free. It's like this is kind of the costume you've been wearing, trying to play this human, and then finally you decide to tear off the costume, and you come out emerging as this beautiful, ethereal phoenix, this divine being. And with this, the shaman, he follows old traditional practice, but he also makes his own traditions. He creates his own practices that fit and suit him. And that's what I'm seeing here with the emperor. You're bringing something new to the table. This is creating something from scratch. You're creating something from scratch. This feels like your higher self, or you're a spirit guide of sort, and they're looking at you and they know exactly what it is that you need. The exact ingredients. They are bringing it to you. It may be a platform, and I'm seeing this mostly as ideas because we have all this fire energy, which is about that imagination, that creativity. So I feel like more ideas are going to come towards you, but ideas that will help you execute creative ideas you had before, so that you can finally start working on this, manifesting all of this into the 3D. This could be, if you resonate with music, this could be creating a new genre. If you resonate with light language, this can be presenting to the world a new light language. This can be a new style of painting. I don't know, a new way of seeing the world, a new creative form, a new way to do art, or maybe something to do with technology, something that can help maybe the ecosystem to be more environmentally friendly. It's something ingenuitive. It's like, how can I say this? The green man here, if you can see, there is this man here in the background. The green man is brewing this potion because he's waiting to choose the perfect king, let's say, to give this potion to, which is sort of a way of crowning a person to become king. So it feels like your star family, right? Your spirit guide, the universe, has been sending messages, right? And you have been picking up on it, right? And instead of rejecting it, what you've done is you've allowed these ideas to bloom and to continue growing. So apart from them giving you the seed, right, you've been watering this seed and allowing these flowers to bloom by maybe even putting in more ideas, saying, okay, if they give you one basic or generic idea, you give it detail. You give it more detail. You start drawing it out, planning it out, and in some way you try to execute it to the best knowledge that you have as a human. You try to execute these ideas that sometimes might be even like a little complex for you as a human, for your conscious mind to understand, but you try your best to execute them, and the universe is acknowledging that. And because of your efforts, because of your determination, your dedication, they have chosen you to execute these new ideas, these new plans that the universe has for the world. So it is through, they will be working through you, is the message I'm getting here. They will be working through you. They have chosen you because of your dedication, because of your efforts, and also because of your heart. Because you have such a kind and compassionate and respectful heart and energy. And because you have a lot of passion, there's so much passion here, that through you something new will be created on this earth. Now I can't really say in specific what it is, but we can see, let's look at the charms to see if we can get specifics. Okay, so I'm just gonna put this on time. I'm going to drop, okay, some keywords. Okay. And we're going to get some stars. Okay. And some notes. Okay. So let's see what we have. So we have reveal. Yes. Connection. And we have love. So with reveal, I feel like you will be revealing something to the world, and very soon the universe will be revealing to you, I feel like, your purpose, your next step, where your platform to be able to express or exercise this creative skill that you have. Something will be revealed to you, and it will feel like it will allow for movement forward, for you to be able to start truly creating and expanding. We have love here, and I feel Like, this is just regarding your energy. You have such a loving and compassionate energy, and it's like opening yourself even further to your heart space. Maybe that is something you've also been asking for because you feel a disconnection with the world, and you feel like it might be something to do with you. But I feel like the universe wants to tell you there's nothing wrong with you. There's absolutely nothing wrong with you. That's why the message came through. Never forget you are loved. You are loved. You are loved by the divine, by the cosmos, by these higher beings, and you are loved on this earth. And if you do not feel that, you do not see that, you will see that very soon, because you will find people who will connect with you, who will resonate with you, because we do have connection here. You will find connections, deep connections, and I feel like that's what they're also bringing in for you, because you've been craving for that. And it is because you are open, because your heart is open, because you are kind, you are loving, you are compassionate, that this is coming for you. Those are your main ingredients you've been using to manifest this. This can be in terms of I feel like more than one person, but if you've been calling in a specific someone, a specific partnership, that is coming for you as well. Okay, so let's see. I want to open this. Oh, you see? Open your heart, and when you do, think of me. Yes. So I feel like there is a specific someone for you out there. Even if you might not believe it, even if it's hard to believe, there is someone who you will be connecting with. And again, it has to do with your heart space. I feel like sometimes you close yourself off, you close your heart off because you feel like you're not worthy, or you feel like you're not enough because you simply can't connect with others on this earth. But it's not that you don't have a heart. It's not that you cannot connect because you're emotionless. It's just that it's sometimes it's difficult to connect with people that we do not resonate with, but there is someone out there who will resonate with you. So whenever you just feel into your heart space and you feel such a loving energy, know that you are connecting with this person or with these people, with your family, with your star. I'm getting star family, but soul family is also coming through. Okay. We have a ladder here, which represents ascension. We have the number 7, that's like a number of abundance, which is also kind of representative of the green man because manifestations. We have the number 6. We have the number 6 again. We have the 4-leaf clover, which represents good luck and fortune. We have the hourglass, which reminds me of divine timing. We have the heart, which represents heart space. We have the number 4 again here. Grounding energy, healing energy. We have the letter K, and we have the letter R. K is reminding me of king. King, you will be crowned very soon. It also reminds me of leadership role. With this divine timing, I'm also seeing, I drew stars here in the sands, so it's reminding me of the night sky. It feels like time for you guys, it runs differently. Like, you see time differently from how the rest of the world views time. For you, maybe you don't even have a sleeping schedule. That's what I'm getting here. Like, you don't even have a sleeping schedule. Maybe it is at night when you feel the liveliest, the most energetic, and it's when the rest of the world is sleeping. So again, there's a disconnection there with the rest of the world. But this is also representing that all is coming in divine timing, because there is a divine purpose here. So the universe is waiting for the right time to bring in this, because it feels like it is when the world is ready for it, because it's something that you will be presenting to the rest of the world or to a large group of people. So it needs to be perfect. It needs to be in the right setting at the right time. So this feels like something big, especially with this ladder, because I don't know why it just reminded me like Stairway to Heaven. Like, it's like ascension. It's also speaking about growth. With the 4-leaf clover, again, it speaks of luck and abundance. I feel like abundance will just start coming in for you now. It's not just financial abundance, but it feels like emotional abundance, like self-fulfillment, because like, again, I'm feeling purpose here. Your purpose will finally be revealed to you, and it will be like such a sense of relief and freedom, because you will finally break away from these chains. So we have these letters and numbers here. We have repeated numbers 4-4. So these numbers might be significant for you, as well as 6-6. 6 is a number of balance, also union and connection. So that is just confirming this. And then we have the letters K and R. So these might be letters of your name, letters of the name of this person that's coming in, or these people that are coming in. And these numbers, you might see them or often, or might be important to you, might be significant dates. I'm getting like July might be a significant month for you guys. June, July, so Cancer season or Aries season. Okay. Yeah, so that's all I have for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it brought some guidance and clarity. If it did, then please leave a like or a comment. And if you want to stick around for more readings from me, Kim, then please do subscribe. I do offer personal readings. All the information is in the description box down below. Thank you so much for watching, and until the next moment, bye bye. Hello seekers who chose group 2. So the message I received for this group is Temperance. Call in your people by placing your trust in your heart and knowing thy truth. What is yours will surely come. Find peace in self. So the overall energy of this group feels of peace and balance. Finding the peace within the storm. I keep envisioning the Temperance card, which is an angel who is pouring infinite water from cup to cup. And that represents divine flow, something that is organic. Also represents alchemy, transmutation. It's like keeping the waters flowing, moving, so it won't become stagnant. Now water, I'm seeing it as representing emotions, but also as representing divine energy. The main message here, which might be what some of you might be calling in, is trusting in the divine flow. And you might hate hearing this word, but it's about divine timing. Because the Temperance does represent 2 cups, most of you might be wanting to manifest a partnership, a love connection, or someone in specific. And it's been driving you nuts because you feel it's been taking forever. And I feel like some of you might be getting signs, synchronicities in terms of a connection, but you feel like nothing is actually happening in your physical 3D to validate that this connection is going anywhere. And it's causing much frustration and anger with the universe. It's like you can't trust the universe anymore. It's almost, I'm getting like this feeling or this energy of magic exists, magic happens to everybody else, but for some reason it just doesn't happen to me. Does the universe hate me? But that's not the case. It feels like for you guys, this is taking time because it's working in its natural flow. It's working organically. It's like I just keep seeing the angel turning the cups over and over and over again. And it's sort of like, I don't know much about cocktails actually, but I'm guessing you have to like mix it over and over again until you get like the perfect mix. And that's what I feel like the angel is doing. He's like mixing these 2 waters from these cups. And each cup represents a person. So one cup represents you and the other represents the other person in this connection. And so they're mixing the energies over and over until there's a perfect balance. And it's only when there is a perfect balance that they will be able to set the cups down. And it will be when you both will be called in to take these cups and drink from them. Yeah. So it's not because it isn't happening. It's just, it's working in divine timing. Okay, but let me look at the cards. So the first 3 cards are to represent the main ingredients you are using to manifest what it is that you want. We were talking about divine timing and the divine, and look what you have here. The divine. The Lovers. Ooh, snaps. Yep. And Death. Perfect. Okay, perfect. Yes, the divine here, it's the universe. It's the cosmos. It's your higher self. It's spirit. And look how we have water represented here again. Natural flow. And see this image? I see these things here as ice. So this is representing that the ice has finally melted. And the ice, I'm seeing it as like more than a stagnant energy. It feels like a stubborn energy. It's when you want to hold on to something so much, you freeze it, you make it become solid. And again, remember that the water represents emotions, feelings, and also that divine energy, that divine flow. So when you really are stuck on something, you really want to hold on to something because you're scared that the moment you let go, it will be gone forever. What you do is you resist. You resist because let's say you have the main ingredient, right? To manifest what it is that you want. But how can the universe help you in manifesting this if you're holding on to that main ingredient and you don't want to let go of it? Let's say the main ingredient here is this water and you're holding on to it. You made it into solid ice and the universe is all like, we need it to be in liquid form in order to use it to manifest, to bring in what it is that you want. But you're like, nope, I'm scared. I don't trust you, universe. I will keep on to this. I will keep holding on to this. And when I mean holding on to it is not trusting the universe. So it's continuously asking for this, continuously asking for validation, for confirmation. Going to tarot readers, looking at pick-a-card readings, going to other people outside of you for confirmation that this is coming through, that this person exists, or that this connection is real, or that your own feelings for this person are real, or that their feelings for you are real. And that is what is screaming to the universe is distrust. You don't trust. Sometimes it might even come off as that. It's like, you don't believe in this? And that's why you're holding on to it, because you're scared that the moment that you release it, the moment that you stop asking, the moment that you stop searching, the moment that you stop wanting, this will be gone. The universe will think, oh, she doesn't want it anymore, so forget about it. Sometimes also wishing for it too much, continuously going back to the drawing board, putting in more details, can hold that manifestation back, because it's like, okay, it's like you're brewing your potion, right? And what you're wishing for, your wishes, your desires are the ingredients, right? And so once you're like, okay, I'm ready, this is what I want, and you give it to the universe, and they're like, okay, let's prepare it. And then you're like, no, hold up, let me pull it back. I thought of something else. Let me put in some other ingredients. And they're like, okay. And so they can't manifest it until you're completely ready, until you let go of this bowl right here to let the universe finally bring it in, to brew it for you. So what the divine is representing here is surrender. Now, I know that word is used a lot in tarot readings, surrendering, but what surrendering means is trusting. It's letting go of something. It's not asking for it anymore. And by asking, it means not wondering about it anymore. Because you already asked. You only need to ask one with all the feeling and the emotion and the truest intention. And then release it like this waterfall so that it can flow freely and it can reach or get to where it needs to get. To kind of water the right seeds, to allow those seeds to bloom. And what blooms from that seed is your manifestation. So your intention is the energy, the water. So let it go, let it be. Surrender. Trust that what you feel to be true and genuine, it's because it is already coming to you. It is already being manifested. Because remember the message, what is yours will surely come. So if you truly feel that you have a connection with someone, or that there is this person out there for you, and you feel like they are truly connected to you, they are of you in some way, then trust that they will come to you. Because what is yours will surely come. And I know it's easier said than done, but I feel that since these are the three main ingredients you're using to manifest this, I feel that you will be surrendering at some point. Sometimes the surrendering comes as the after effect of us being tired of asking so much. And so we're just like, oh, fuck it, screw it. Just let it be. And then in that moment that you're like, oh, whatever, the universe is like, finally, we can bring in this finally for her. Because she's not holding on to it anymore. She released it. She let it go. And then it comes in. It comes in just like that. And then sometimes that frustrates us because we're like, I just released that yesterday. I said I didn't want it anymore. And then today it shows up out of nowhere. Like, what the hell, universe? I was asking for that for like so many months, and then you bring this out of nowhere when I finally said I don't want it anymore? And they're like, yeah. And then we do have the lovers here. So I am seeing a sense of partnership. And I am seeing that the universe is peeking here as well, peeking up here. You see this eye here? This is representing the eye of the universe, the all-knowing eye. This is representing two people, right? The connection, you and someone else. But see how there's these clouds here? I'm seeing these clouds as your confusion, your doubts, your mistrust. this feeling of constantly needing to look, because clouds for me represent unclarity, represents fogginess. It's when we're overthinking about something so much that it becomes cloudy in our heads and we can't see clearly, we can't think clearly. Sometimes it can even become obsessive, right? It can even become habitual, kind of addictive. That's what I'm getting with the Death card, because it becomes like a routine. Like, oh, did I ask about this? Did I think about that person? Maybe I should ask about it again. Get confirmation again. I just need one more confirmation, one more validation about this, and then I'll be sure. But then again, it's never enough, is it? And once you're like, I had enough. Enough is enough. I received enough of it. I'll just let it play out how it needs to play out. Then the clouds drift away, and then the universe can finally peek through, because I feel like these clouds were blocking the eye, the all-knowing eye. And then the eye can finally see where it is that you guys are standing. And they're like, okay, finally I see you guys. And they can bring you together. So I'm also seeing this as clarity. And it's also accepting. Simply accepting, you know what, I want a loving connection, a loving partnership, a reciprocated loving partnership, however it is that you phrase it. And it's simply accepting it and putting it out there and trusting that it will be given to you. Because if you have that emotion in you, if it's of you, that means that it exists somewhere, because you've manifested it. It exists somewhere, so it's you calling it in. Because I'm also seeing this as like reflection, kind of twin energy. So it's someone that is reflecting your energy. It's someone that is looking for this as well, for what you're sending out there. So it's that message. What you are seeking is seeking you. But it might be that this person is in the same journey as you, meaning they might be up in their heads about a loving partnership as well. Maybe they're up in their heads about you as well, questioning, wondering. And then finally, when you guys surrender to it, when you're just like, I accept my feelings for this person. I accept that I do want this connection. I accept that I feel this so strongly because there is someone out there for me. And then you just let that be. You fall into that knowing and that acceptance, which once you do, it feels like such a great relief, like this waterfall, such a release and such a, I wouldn't say empowering, but just like this knowing, this certainty. And once you do, you'll feel like all is well, because you will be in that space now that this person is already in your energetical field. It's just taking some time for them to get here on, like in this physical 3D, because we are in a physical 3D. If this person is like living far away from you, then it might take them some time to get to you, right? Or if this person maybe is going through something in their own or individual journey, then it might get some time for them to fix everything up to be able to be in a relationship with you. So some things take some time, because I am seeing kind of, I wouldn't say obstacles here, but I would say like rivers, oceans, and seas need to be crossed in order for you guys to meet on the same seashore. So I'm seeing surrender, clarity. I'm also seeing this as a clear knowing, a clear cognizance, just this knowing, like acceptance. And then we have death. Death represents changes and transformation. I love this death card, because this flower here upside down, letting its petals fall, it just reminds me so much of vulnerability. And like the rose here, the flower here is presenting itself in its truest nature with its thorns. It's such a vulnerable energy. And then we have no mask here, no facades, because we're seeing into the core of this animal here, its skeleton. And I'm seeing like in the darkness there is beauty. But again, like this is talking about change and transformation. And this is also reminding me of surrendering. Imagine if the rose held on onto its petals because it wanted to be forever young and beautiful. It didn't allow for change to occur. Then there would be no seasons. If the flowers refused to wither, there would be no changing of the seasons. We would be experiencing the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over again. There would be no change. There would be no transformation. There would be no renewal and rebirth. But here, the flower is accepting its change and its transformation. It's surrendering to it, allowing its petals to fall, because it knows that in some way it will be rebirthed into something completely new. It will allow for change to occur, for a new season to come in. So this is talking about allowing change, trusting and surrendering in the transformative process. This is also kind of like surrendering your desire, giving it to the universe and trusting that it's not going to be thrown away or wasted, because the universe is always working with you. They are. I know it's frustrating to just hear it because you're like, yeah, but in my own experiences, I always go through the same thing as you guys. Like I get pissed off at the universe, I get frustrated, but they have proven me time and time again that they do show up for me. As soon as I surrender, as soon as I allow myself to trust, they show up, and quickly they show up. And trusting in the universe is also trusting in yourself. It's trusting in your divinity, in your intuition. If you feel this to be real, in your very, very essence, to your very, very core, if you feel it to be real, it's because it is real. So trust in that. Trust in your divine. Trust in your intuition. Trust in what you are feeling. And let it play out. The opportunity will be given to you. What is it that you're manifesting? We have the Ace of Arrows, the breath of life. This is about new beginnings. This is the Ace of Swords in the Rider-Waite's Tarot. Aces speak of new beginnings, and the breath of life, it's such a beautiful energy because it's something completely new. We were talking about that, new life, new beginnings. This here, the arrow represents intention. This is your seed. This is the intention. This is your manifestation. This is you surrendering it. Surrendering it was you letting go of the arrow, finally letting it fly to hit your target. It's perfect because the arrow is facing the lovers here. This is what you want. This partnership. This is what you've been trying to call in. Now, I am saying like a romantic connection, but this could very much just represent a partnership. Or this can represent a form of commitment, so like a higher commitment. Maybe you are already partnered up, and what you're waiting, what you're trying to manifest is a higher commitment with this person. That's your intention. Like a beautiful commitment, a beautiful long-lasting relationship, a new beginning with someone. And this breath of life, I see it as guidance from the universe. And we also have again here an eye. It reminds me of the third eye, which reminds me of clarity, opening up your third eye. The third eye speaks of intuition, of like this knowing, of that claircognizance we were talking about, which is all about just having this knowing. And it feels like you open yourself to that. You allowed yourself to open. With the lovers here, it was the initiation of that. And then that is what you're finally manifesting. I feel like once you bring in this main ingredients, allowing change and transformation to occur, this surrendering energy, trusting energy, then what you manifest is not only this partnership, this higher commitment, this person, this connection, but is also manifesting this ability to connect with yourself, to connect with universe, to trust your intuition. It's like opening your third eye, realizing, I wasn't wrong. I had this knowing and I followed it through and it was right. And it kind of boosts your confidence that you are now able to trust yourself. And because you are able to trust yourself, you're able to trust what the universe is trying to tell you. And trust in the universe. Trust that the universe always has your back. And that you can manifest what it is that you want. Because this is a symbol of the horse. And the horse talks about fertility. And we have green pastures here. Like new landscape. It feels like you can build whatever it is that you want on this landscape. It's yours. It's your new beginning. It's a new life. For some of you, I am seeing like if you already are in a committed relationship. And maybe what you're asking for is creating new life with this partner that you have. Yes, I also feel like that is what you're calling in. A baby. That's what you're calling in. This is also talking about you're communicating with this person. If you feel a connection but you do not know who this person is yet, you are calling out to them and I feel like they hear you. What is it called? The signals? Smoke signals? They're receiving it in some way. It's only about time till like they are able to also comprehend that they have this connection with someone. Again, for some of you, you might not know who this person is. Because it feels like a divine connection. So a spiritual connection. Okay? But for like spiritual connections, there requires a lot of trust. A lot of trust and surrendering and divine timing. And divine timing has all to do with the universe. If there is a relationship that it's not working out and you're holding on to it because you desperately want this commitment, this deep connection with someone. This relationship that you are currently in is not working out. The relationship that you're wanting is not working out. The Death card is asking you maybe consider allowing this relationship to organically end, because it is when this ending occurs that a new beginning can occur. Again, because, okay, this might be personal, but I'm going to ask this question. It is only for you. If you are currently with someone and it is because all you want is to connect with someone, have a beautiful, deep connection with someone, and it's not solely because you wanted to be with this person or you want to be with this person, then they're asking you let go. Let go, because there is someone out there for you who will allow you to experience this connection you've been wanting. Do not fear that this person that you are holding on to that does not feel right, like deep down it does not feel right, is the only person you will ever be able to connect with. Do not feel that way, because that is not the truth. The reason why this is wanting to end, it's because there's something better waiting for you out there. This is for those of you who genuinely in your heart of hearts do not feel like this person you're with is the person for you, but you're just simply holding on to this connection because what you're really yearning for is a connection, just a connection. Then consider letting go of this person, because there is a better connection waiting for you. Okay, I hope that makes sense. But let me pull out charms for you guys. Okay, now let me pull out some keywords. Okay, and some stars. Is there any? Okay. And let me pull out some messages for you guys. Okay. So let's see what we have. We have support. And we have inspiration. I feel like with support, it's knowing that you're supported by the universe, that the universe is supporting you on this journey. And with inspiration, I feel like it's also relating to the divine. Inspiration, trusting the divine. Now, this could also be other things that you're manifesting, like support from others in regards to something, maybe in regards to this relationship, or even like inspiration in terms of your work, your creative projects that you're also calling in at this moment. Yeah, but let's see, what else do we have? So for charms, we have the palette. And let's see, what else do we have? We have the message in the bottle. So message in the bottle reminds me receiving a message that you've been waiting for a long time. But it feels like this is also this breath of life we were talking about. If this is in terms, again, of someone that you haven't met yet, but you know is out there, soon they will be receiving your message. Like connecting with you in some spiritual way. And if it is someone that you know, like they will be receiving your message soon. I feel like they will be getting the message, finally the message, understanding what this connection is about. And this can also represent like the universe is finally coming through with this connection, bringing it to you, allowing for you to connect with this person in some way. So we have the letter U, the number 1, the letter W, and we have more here. It was the number 7, and it was the ladder. So with the number 7, it represents like a lucky and abundant number for me. Now these could be numbers that you might be seeing, or significant dates, might be your birthday or the birthday of this person. Now these might be letters of your name or this person's name. Yeah, and then with the palette here, we do have the infinite symbol here, and that reminds me again of divine flow, of divine timing. And with the palette here, this is representing the 7 main chakras. So this talks about alignment. I also feel this is reminding me of inspiration. Like some of you might feel a lack of inspiration or motivation in terms of some creative pursuits, creative skills, creative projects, and that is what you're also manifesting. And I just got the message. I feel like some of you, your muse is this person you're connecting with or connected with. And so when you surrender, when you trust, when you start fretting about this, because I feel like some of you are overthinking this connection, and because of this overthinking energy, there is a blockage in your connection with the divine, with your higher self, or with your feminine energy. And the feminine energy is all about creativity and receptivity, allowing yourself to receive creative ideas or inspiration. And so because of that blockage, you haven't been able to create. You haven't felt motivated or creative. So again, once you release, once you surrender, just allow it to be, accept what it is that you feel, where it is that you're at. In that moment, I feel like all of this creative energy will start flowing in. And again, it's because you will be more inspired by this person for who they are than worrying about the connection with this person. Because I feel like for most of you, this person might be your muse in some way. Yeah, and then we have the messages here. We have showtime. Yep. It's also talking about inspiration and creativity, but like I feel like the universe is telling you showtime. It's time to start letting this manifest. It's time for getting the ball rolling in terms of this. I feel like stuff will start occurring in terms of this connection, like maybe communication with this person. This person might show up in some way, let you know that they do feel you spiritually. And then the last card is you are doing such a beautiful job is the last message for you guys. Okay, so that is all I have for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it brought some guidance, some clarity. If it did, then please leave a like or a comment. And if you want to stick around for more readings with me, Kim, then please do subscribe. I do offer personal readings. All the information is in the description box down below. Thank you so much for watching, and until next moment, bye-bye. Hello, Seekers who chose Group 3, the Fairy Joy. So the message I received for you guys is, you are waiting. We are listening. We are guiding. Soon you will remember. I know that sounds a little bit cryptic, but I did get some visual images for this group. I kept seeing a rainbow above head, and it almost felt like I wanted to reach out to this rainbow, to this energy, but there was something that was blocking me that made it feel like this rainbow was just far out of reach. The more I reached out for it, the farther it was. Now, rainbow energy is reminding me about integration, because it's all of these colors, these main colors that are coming together in some way. Rainbow also reminds me of auras. There are different colors to the aura, so it's similar to energy and to spirit. So it's kind of reminding me of like connecting to different forms of frequency, or connecting to also all of your different colors. Right? Because we are not only two-dimensional or one-dimensional beings, we are multi-dimensional beings. We have different facets to us. We sometimes get stuck only on the black and white of things because we forget that there is so much depth to us and to the world. And I feel like that's the message here. Soon you will remember. Soon you will remember you are this multidimensional being. You will remember all of your colors and sort of rediscover yourself. So I'm feeling this is talking about connecting with yourself, connecting with all of the aspects of the self. The word integration keeps coming through, and also magic. For some reason, like the different colors of the rainbow is reminding me of magic and of spirit, of the divine. Also just about the imagination, the innocence, and the joy of simply allowing yourself to be. We do have Fairy Joy here, which is that very lighthearted and innocent energy. So I feel it's a reconnecting with that inner child or that innocent energy, because it is part of your multidimensional essence. But let us look into the cards. I did mention a blockage, not being able to reach the rainbow, and I am feeling a lot of tingling sensation at the top of my head, which represents the crown chakra. So I feel like there may be a blockage in the crown chakra. So this might represent a disconnection with your higher self or with the divine. Yeah, but let's look into the cards. So the first 3 cards are to represent the main ingredients you are using to manifest what it is that you want. And then we will look at what it is that you are actually manifesting. So we have wellness here, we have the Lovers, and we have the card Gratitude. So the Lovers actually also came out for group 2 in the exact same position. Okay? If you were also called to group 2, then do take a look at group 2 as well. I'm going to pull to this Lovers card, and the Lovers may represent a romantic connection, a divine connection, but I'm also seeing it as representing duality, because this is Gemini energy, which is all about that duality. Okay, so I'm seeing this image of reflection here, as well as separation, because I'm being pulled to this eye here, which for me represents the divine, represents the all-knowing, all-seeing eye of the universe. But I don't know why I'm seeing the sun as representing your higher self, your essence. And it's like your essence has been split in some way, and it's projecting into this 3D as a split form, is what I'm seeing it as. This could be representing a division within the self. And I am getting that because we do have the wellness card here. Now the wellness card speaks about longing and yearning. It's a calling out to something kind of energy, because we do have the lone wolf represented here, and we know that wolves travel in packs, but we have this single wolf who is calling out, and I see it as calling out to its pack, to its soul tribe, soul family, to just a family. And I am getting this yearning for something, a yearning to reconnect, yearning to belong somewhere. And we do have the full moon represented here in the background. Now the full moon is connected with feminine energy, and feminine energy is connected to the feelings and the emotions. So again, it's having this yearning to feel at home, to feel like you belong. Because I'm being pulled to the stars in the background, and I'm seeing that as representing the universe. And I'm getting this message of feeling alone in the universe, feeling like you're missing something. And I feel like at times you just can't pinpoint exactly what it is that you're missing. There's like a void inside of you. Because we do have wellness here, and it just reminds me of like this hunger. It's almost like this hunger that you have, that you can't seem to fill. But this is like an emotional hunger. A wanting for a deep connection, a wanting for something that can fill you spiritually and emotionally. Because we do have full moon energy, and that's just reminding me of fullness, being full, wanting to be full, wanting to feel whole. And I feel like that's one of the main ingredients you put out there to manifest what it is that you're calling in. Because this is a calling in energy. What I'm seeing this as is praying for that completion, praying for that wholeness, praying for that missing part of you, allowing yourself to feel the loneliness and sort of accepting it in some way by acknowledging it, that you feel a sense of emptiness or void inside of you, and letting the universe know. For most of you, this feeling comes out very prevalent at night. Maybe sometimes you even just start crying out of nowhere. Or it's this constant thing of every night you're crying, you're praying, you're longing for something. And it sometimes might manifest physically as a sense of actual heartache, heart pain. No, this is not something that's medical, but it's like more energetical, like a heartache. And I feel like this is also praying for an answer, praying for relief and release, trying to figure out why it is that you feel this pain, this sadness. And I'm seeing moon and the stars, and it almost feels like, because I just looked at the card, and for some reason I couldn't unsee it, but the wolf looked like it was turning towards the moon. Like it was looking at the moon. So I'm seeing as you may talk to the moon. Maybe you are alone at nights and you have no one to talk to, no one to have deep conversations with. I'm also getting deep conversations with the wellness card. And so it is only the moon who you are able to talk to. The moon is the only one who listens to you. Or the stars. You might like to spend a lot of time outside looking at the stars, looking at the moon, and praying and longing, maybe choosing a specific star and wishing upon it. And it seems like it's the same wish. Every night it's the same prayer, it's the same wish. And the pain here, or the longing, feels so raw. So this might be in terms of praying for a deeper sense of connection. And I'm mostly feeling it, a deeper sense of connection with the self. This emptiness is coming from the self. And if this is also asking for a connection with somebody else, I feel it is mostly because you do not feel like you connect with the people that are around you or in your life at this moment. And this disconnection with the people in your life, I feel it has to do a lot with the disconnection that you have with yourself. Because I am getting this feeling of abandonment with the wellness card. There might be some abandonment wounds here, meaning have somebody in your life who you feel abandoned by. And that is something that you're healing or processing at this moment that is still very painful to you. But I'm mostly seeing this as feeling this abandonment in terms of like the universe. I don't know if some of you question whether you have someone looking out for you, like some higher being. Whether you do have spirit guides who are watching out for you. Whether God or the universe does care for you or love you. Whether you have any purpose at all. It almost feels also like a sense of existentialism here. Not really knowing where it is that you stand, what your purpose is, who you are maybe. It's mostly a disconnection with the self. And that can be very tough. That can be very lonesome, very painful to be disconnected with the self. I feel like most of us are disconnected with ourselves, but are oblivious to it. So we don't really feel that sense of loss. But when we start awakening to ourselves, knowing that there is still a disconnection, then we feel that pain. We feel that sense of loss because we miss being or embodying who we truly are. Because the moon also represents deep subconscious, and that's about diving into deep waters to acquire clarity. And at this moment it seems like you're in the depths of it, you're in the abyss where it seems dark, where it seems like you're all by yourself, but it feels like the beginning of something. It's the beginning of something, because if you have called out for healing, if you have called out for remembrance, if you have called out for a deeper connection, for a sense of belonging, for a family, your soul tribe, then the universe is bringing this for you. This feels like you are already in it. You're already in the beginnings of your manifestation, because you're already feeling that sense of there's something more. There's something more, and that's that yearning that you're feeling. We do have gratitude card here, and this is a beautiful energy to have, because this is in a way connection and connecting with the universe. Because when one shows gratitude, one is in awareness of where they are at and what gifts and blessings they are being given to by the universe. And we were talking about abyss and darkness, and that's what I'm seeing here. But see how we have this bird that's rising from it. So I feel like even through these times of feeling alone, maybe even abandoned by the universe, you still feel a sense of gratitude for life, for maybe the people that you do have in your life, the connections that you do have. You find things to be grateful for, even in the dark times. For you, there is something to be grateful about. And this gratitude energy acknowledges the universe and acknowledges yourself. I'm also feeling like this balance energy with the gratitude card. I'm looking at this red here, and it's reminding me of anger, of frustration. And then this darkness here is reminding me of sadness, depression. And then we have this orange color here, which is about confidence, leadership. And we have yellow color here as well. These are like the 3 first chakras. But I'm seeing how this bird is kind of retaining this anger here, kind of managing and controlling it. And it's flying above this darkness. And there's such balance here. Yes, there is frustration. Yes, there is anger. And yes, there is sadness. But even through all of that, there's still a sense of gratitude. There's still a sense of joy. I'm also feeling like holding yourself back a bit, because I'm getting this feeling of only crying, only yearning, only longing in the night, in the privacy of your home, when nobody else is there to see you break down. And so I'm feeling like this energy of presenting to the world a very smiling face, a very bubbly persona, and not showing the pain that you're truly feeling within. And even though you're smiling on the outside, inside you feel empty. Because again, you're not really expressing what it is that you're going through at the moment. You're not really showing up that day. So again, with this Lover, I am sensing this duality, because in your life there does seem to be a duality, how you're showing up at day in contrast to how you're showing up for yourself at night. But the beauty of this is that you do show up for yourself, because you do allow yourself to feel your pain. Even if it's only when you're by yourself, you allow to feel it. You allow yourself to acknowledge it. And it is through that acknowledgement that the universe hears you, hears what it is that you're longing for, what it is that you're wanting, and they're able to bring this to you. And again, I'm seeing it like a connection to something, like a deeper connection, a deeper meaning. Could be a deeper meaning to life. Could also be talking about a purpose. Okay, what you're manifesting, we have the Great Bear. The Great Bear is the Judgment card. This is a major arcana. Oh, I was envisioning a rainbow in the beginning, and here it is. Here is the rainbow. This represents, I believe it's the Northern Lights. The Great Bear speaks to me about awakenings. This feels like an awakening, a spiritual awakening that you're calling in. It's walking into this cave here, which it's a burial site. Now, this doesn't represent like physical death. It's a metaphor for allowing the old you to die in order for your spirit to be born, to come through. And it's like you entering here and exiting on the other side, seeing these colors, finally reaching and touching that rainbow, finally reconnecting with yourself. So with this Lovers card here, it's like reconnecting with this other part of you, finding wholeness within the self. Now we do have the asterism here, the Big Dipper, which is part of the constellation of the Great Bear. Now this might be an asterism you might be actually looking up to, because I did mention praying to the moon or praying to the stars, so you might actually connect with the Big Dipper a lot, or look up to it, talk to it, pray to it. And this is confirmation that the stars hear you, the moon has heard you, universe has heard you, and they're answering your call. They're inviting you into this awakening. They're inviting you to enter the unknown, which I feel like you're already in it. You're going through it, but it's like surrender to it completely. Let yourself forget everything it is that you know, so you will be able to remember. Remember who it is that you are. Remember why it is that you came here. There is this calling, there is this yearning inside of you, within your spirit, because there is a deeper meaning, there is a deeper purpose. Now, I was mentioned duality. Remember, in spiritual journeys, spiritual awakenings, we go through what a lot of people call shadow work, right? We get to meet our shadow side. So it's not all about light and high vibrations and positivity, because in the universe there exists two energies, the positive and the negative. Now, it doesn't mean that one is good and one is bad. They're just energies. We need both of them to have balance. So what you're coming to learn is both of your energies, both of your aspects, the positive and the negative, the light side and the shadow side, and integrating them both to find wholeness within yourself. And with the moon here and with the night here, I am seeing like getting to know that shadow side. And the shadow side can mean getting to reconnect with that subconscious, with those deep fears that you've kept hidden or dug deep or pushed away, those feelings that you didn't want to feel into, and the moment that they surged up, now you're getting to revisit them and experience them in order to experience that part of yourself. And again, I'm feeling like this represents rising, a sense of rebirth, of being reborn. But now with wings, now you can fly, now with freedom, now with the sense of balance, now with the sense of management, managing your emotions, not being consumed by them, controlled by them, but now you managing them. This is a beginning. Once you enter this, you're in it, you're in the journey, and it's like you have to push through after that. I don't feel like there's turning back here. You have to push through to make it to the other side. This feels more like an invitation. Remember, you always have free will. You always have free will. But it is because I feel like you truly called for this. You truly long for something more meaningful, and it is given to you. Now, we do have 2 here, which represents partnerships. 0 is like infinite potential. This can also represent a partnership that's coming through. But I feel it's coming with this awakening. Now, this partnership that I'm seeing feels like a divine partnership or a divine connection. And this person that's coming through is in a way a reflection of you, a reflection of your soul, a reflection. This can represent also many people. People who might show up who reflect your shadow side. People who might show up who reflect your light side. And they're only showing up to reflect, to show you aspects of yourself. You are going to meet a lot of these people in your journey from now on. A lot of people that might inspire you, like truly inspire you, inspire change in you. And also a lot of people who might trigger you. And through these triggers might inspire changes and healing. These triggers are here for healing. Healing wounds, healing fears, healing traumas. And let me pull out the charms. Keywords. Is there any more? Okay, no. And let me pull out stars. Okay, and let me pull out notes. Oh, okay. Okay, so this is what we have. We have the cell phone. We have healing, the conch shell, and the letter U. Okay, so healing, yes, it's self-explanatory. This is a healing journey. The spiritual awakening, the spiritual journey is a healing journey. The people that are going to come into your life, there will be connections that you will feel at a very soul and spiritual level. Some of these connections are meant to last for a long time. Some of them aren't. Some of them are here only to help you heal. Again, some of these might come only to trigger you, and it is not to cause you pain, but it's like if you have a wound, right? If you have a wound and it's open and it's been festering, but for some reason you haven't become aware, acknowledged it. And so these people are like that, like lemon or salt on your wound. It's painful, but it's here to tell you, hey, you have this cut, you have this wound that's open. It's festering, it's gonna fester. We need to heal it, we need to close it. And that's what it's here for. And some of them, again, come in to help you heal. If you specifically called for healing, this is what's coming through. I feel like some of you specifically called for healing, and that is exactly what is coming through. They always say, be mindful what it is that you wish for. Be mindful what it is that you call for, because the universe will bring it to you. So if you call for healing, be mindful of what it is exactly that you're calling for, what type of healing, because the universe will bring in all of the healing. With this cell phone here, this is just reminding me of connection. It feels like it's reminding me of that Adele song, Hello from the Other Side. And that song is about her future self talking to her past self. And this is the same thing here. It's like your future self talking to the you now, like your higher self connecting with the physical you, finding this connection with yourself again and communicating back and forth with your higher self, with your divinity, with that shadow side, your light side and your shadow side finally meeting and connecting. Again, this might be also communication with someone. I did mention like a divine connection, and I do feel like this might be for very few of you that you do have a spiritual connection with somebody. That might also be that sense of longing for something that feels far away, but also feels, in a sense, part of you. But maybe that's why I was also feeling like there's this rainbow on top of you, close to you, but like the more you feel like you're close to it, about to reach it, the farther it feels, because it's like this person is of you, is deeply connected to you at a soul level, but because you might not be together in this physical 3D, you feel that disconnection. You feel like they're far away, and you can't seem to like grab or grasp them or hold on to them. Or maybe because you haven't even met this person yet, and you just don't understand that there is this connection. So you feel like you're reaching out, but it's this person, because it's like you feel each other, you call to each other. And I feel like through this awakening, you will experience more of this person's energy, because we do have the conch shell here, and the conch shell reminds me of intuition. It's also kind of connecting with something that's like far off, because it is through the conch shell that we hear the ocean and the sea. So I'm seeing this like a connecting with this vastness, like something that you really can't comprehend how it works, but it just does. And so I am feeling like this connection with somebody, but this can also represent connection with yourself, connection with your intuition, just connecting with the universe in general. We do have the letter U here, so this might be part of your name, part of this person's name. I got June all of a sudden with the U, so June might be a significant month for you, might be your birth month, or might be the birth month of this person. I also got united with the letter U. And then let's see the message. We have, you're doing well. You're doing perfectly well. If you feel like you have started on this spiritual journey and you feel stuck in a way, like you're not progressing, like you're kind of lost, I think this is Spirit. It wants you to know you're doing well. You're on the right track. You're doing it all in perfect timing. You're doing it all according to how you planned it for yourself. It might not feel like that in your physical 3D, but your soul is evolving. Your soul is awakening. You feel this call and this hunger, and it's becoming more intense because you're getting closer. It's like a scent, right? When the scent gets stronger, we become hungrier, right? So that's you. It's like the scent is becoming stronger, and that's why you're becoming hungrier. You're longing, you're yearning for something more because you're getting close. Now remember, the healing journey never truly ends. I know, but the healing journey never truly ends because we are constantly healing, because we are constantly evolving, because we are constantly growing, because you are infinite. Yes, so that's all I have for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it resonated. I hope it brought some guidance, some clarity. If it did, then please leave a like or comment, and if you want to stick around for more readings with me, Kim, then please do subscribe. I do offer personal readings. All the information is in the description box down below. Thank you so much for watching, and until next moment, bye bye.